So let's move on to this little exercise. So we're going to assume this is the tennis store. All of you are one employee. Okay, you all represent the same person. I walk into a tennis store. We're going to go around and you're going to ask me questions as I walk in. So go ahead.
What would you like?
I'm just here looking around, browsing around.
Where are you going to play? Which club?
Which club? I know I just started off. I don't really know where I'm going to be. I'm not too familiar. Blue shirt. Light blue shirt. It's you, buddy. Yep.
Sorry, have you ever played before?
I just picked it up. I just started playing a little bit. Miss President.
Is there anything you're specifically looking for today?
Yeah, I'm actually looking for tennis balls.
What made you pick up the sport? What was the catalyst that made you decide to get involved in tennis?
It's something that I haven't really cared about much in my life, but it's something that I would like to pick up. But honestly, I'm just here to pick up some tennis balls today.
If you're here for tennis balls, let me show you this rack over here. We've got 4 different options.
Okay.
This is my favorite right here.
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta make the sale. I'm taking the sale.
Right. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. So we're at the rack now, and I'm like, this seems a little expensive.
Well, we have cheaper options available for you.
Okay. I'd be interested in that.
Well, we have.
Okay. You know these cheap balls. I think those would be something I'd be interested in. But I'm more like looking to buy in bulk.
Oh, definitely. We have different bulk sizes that you could buy from us, and that's actually great for the store. So anytime you want to buy in bulk,
Right.
for you.
Okay. So now let's do the reveal. Okay. I was actually a teacher who came in who wants to buy tennis balls, cut them in half, and put them underneath the desks of the students so they stop squeaking in class. And I have a school and I wanted to buy 10,000 of them. So what's the big point that we all missed over here?
You weren't playing tennis.
I wasn't playing tennis, but how would you know that?
You never made a personal connection.
Never made the connection, right? The big thing is nobody asked me why. Why am I here to begin with? Why do I do what I do? So what we come down to is you have to be able to, as engineers we get zero sales training at all. You go through engineering and then you reach your job and it's like, sell us on why you should be on this project. And you're sitting there and be like, well, because I have my Georgia Tech degree. And they're like, yes, that guy went to MIT. And you're like, well, Georgia Tech's better, but that's different. That's not going to cut it. But you don't get the sales training of saying that, okay, how do you sell something? You don't have to be a sales guy in a suit and tie running around, driving some fancy car. That's not what sales is about. Sales is about understanding the person you're talking to. Sales is about asking the right questions. And once I know what you want to buy, it's very easy for me to fulfill that need. So whether that's getting a promotion, getting the job that you want, getting into a class that the office says you can't be on, why can't I be in this class? Well, because X, Y, Z. Why is this a requirement? If I've shown myself over here, why can't I do this? When you start asking the right questions, and there's only one question to ask, is why. So that's the next part. The idea of why is left out in almost everything we do every day. Why did I quit my corporate job to run a startup? I had to answer that question honestly before I even made that jump. And I answered it a long time ago. So when the moment came where the condition was satisfied, we're engineers, so we can talk about this in little technical terms. I defined a condition, I waited until the condition was satisfied. When the condition was satisfied, I had a result. It's very simple. Because I asked the first question of why, right? So we always need to go. So just a quick thing on sales and selling for engineers. It's not, obviously this whole talk is not going to suffice. You have to develop this on your own. A simple principle is go to the other side of the chess table. Have you realized that a lot of the chess tournaments, people will walk up and turn around and go to the other side and watch from that perspective? A really good example of this is at Disneyland. Disneyland is for kids, not for adults. Kids convince their parents to take them to Disneyland. That's how they make all their cash. Now, what do Disney employees do? If Disney employees were walking around 6 feet tall, looking at things, they would build a theme park for adults. But what they do instead is they get down on their knees with pads, and they crawl on the ground, and they look at it from 3 feet. What does the world look like from 3 feet? And when you understand what the world looks like from 3 feet, you can sell it to kids. And then the kids, I'm only 26, so I hope I don't have any kids in the near future. But then kids can nag their parents into taking them to Disneyland because the world from their level looks great because the world was made for them. So when you can get to the other side of the chess table, understand what's in the other person's mind, then you can easily sell a project, an idea, anything. So what this comes down to is, how do I find out? Well, a quick tip that I can give you is the 5 why principle. I haven't done a Lean Six Sigma course, so I'm not certified to talk about Six Sigma and all this fancy stuff. You guys can do a course if you'd like. These are, again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the talk, these are things that I've picked up along the way that I find helpful. So the 5 why principle basically says that by asking why 5 times, you can get to the root cause and the causal relationship of any problem. So let's see, for example, you right here in the blue shirt. Why are you here? Why do you want to learn what I'm talking about? Why do you want to be a better engineer? Why do you want to have a good job? Great. So now that's where happiness is her root cause, right? It's not the money, the job, the blah, 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 learning about all this stuff. All that's good. That's a manifestation of the root. So I can go deep and say, why do you want to be happy? Then things will get very personal, so let's not, let's not go that deep. I don't want to hear about childhoods. But basically what it comes down to is, if I ask myself, why am I here? Why am I giving this talk? Is because I said yes to an email that was sent. Why was that email sent? Because I said yes to an alumni panel that I was on. Why wasn't the alumni panel? Because, well, they thought that my responses were good enough that I could be on that panel. That email was sent out to a lot of alumni. Why were my responses good? I have no idea. Personally, I have no idea. That's an objective look into my responses. But what it comes down to is I had opportunities. Why did I have those opportunities? Because I said yes to a lot of things through Georgia Tech. So what it comes down to is, if you confront a problem and if you can't get through it, just sit back and ask why. So why am I not getting a promotion? Why am I not getting my dream job? That kind of stuff. And if you really, it's a tough principle because you have to really dig deep and be extremely truthful with yourself. It's not going to cut it that, I'm the best, everyone tells me I'm special, I have a 3.9 GPA at Georgia Tech, whatever. Nobody cares. No one cares. You're the only person who cares, and when you can transform you feeling proud about yourself to you actually doing something, that's when things will start happening. So, okay.